Hello there, my name is Avishekta Ghosh. I'm here to present workplace injuries. So, what is workplace injuries? It is a kind of injury which happens at work or at company property or in a company business, requires medical treatment, may or may not require time away from work. The injuries can be seen are personal injuries like slip and fall, repetitive motion injury, chronic exposure conditions, etc. One of the most common workplace injuries are due to hazardous equipments, injuries which happen in a common workplace from day to day, which result in some serious injuries to a worker and sometimes to some long-term or permanent problems. How common is this workplace injury? The number is actually alarming. In 2019, it's reported that 925 workers died due to workplace injury or causes which related to workplace injury. Injuries in the workplace nationwide number is approximately 3 million per year, which means it's 8,000 injuries per day or 350 injuries per hour or 6 injuries per minute. 6 injuries in 60 seconds. That means in every 10 seconds there is one injury happening at a workplace. The impact of the injuries can be long lasting, almost more than $170 billion in direct financial costs lead to workplace, which is from workplace injury. As an individual, the cost may not reach up to billion, obviously, but they can still be substantial. Medical expenses, lost wages can consume many workers, saving many workers actually go into debt after going through some serious injuries from workplace. If they cannot assert proper legal rights effectively, the physical pain and emotional toll of an injury can have financial and non-financial cost as well. Over a lifetime, this cost could become really high. Common types of injuries, as we all know, are mainly overexertions, body reactions, and slip, trip, and falls. According to NSA, these are around 84% of the non-fatal injuries as work. Fall is most common in workers working at height, in constructions and others. Overexertions causes 35% of the injuries. Contact with equipments struck by any heavy object or caused coming in between objects, this results in 25% of the injuries. Slips, trips and falls result in 25% of the injuries. Falls are common for, as I mentioned before as well, they are common for workers working at a height. Then work in wet and oily surfaces, greasy surfaces, icy and snowy conditions, especially during winters. There are many workers, they fall in the parking lots if they are not properly clean on a company property. Then other than that, slips and trips. Most common injuries sustained at work are sprains and strain, which is 49% of the most serious injuries in workplace. Neuroskeletal illness are a major cause of concerns among most injuries. From office workers, risk of developing carpal tunnel syndromes to those operating heavy machineries during work. The NSC's workplace injury statistics indicate that workers of some occupations, they are at high risk compared to others. This includes the service industries, specifically firefighters and police officers, are the people who are first responders to any emergency, transportation and shipping, manufacturing and production, agriculture, constructions. Police and firefighters, they are the emergency responders and they put themselves at risk every day or illness because of the dangerous nature of their job. Police officers and firefighters or emergency medical services personnel and other first responders regularly risk themselves to protect general public like us. Their job involves physical exertion and stress, irregular shifts, which actually cause mental stress and fatigue. Transportation industries, as they include shipping and receiving of different materials, so the common hazards the people working in these industries face are biological hazards, chemical hazards, ergonomical hazards, physical or environmental, as they work outdoors mostly, safety, physiological, etc. In manufacturing industries, is same. Some of the injuries or hazards the manufacturing industry people face are same as shipping and receiving, as these people also involved in lots of conveyor, heavy equipments, forklifts and all. So their hazards includes contact with objects and equipments, which is 34% of the injuries, overexertion of bodily reaction, that is 32%, strips, falls and trips 18%, repetitive motion 6%, exposure to harmful substances is 5%. Although agricultural industry is mostly family based, but still the injuries in this industry is quite high. The top 7 most common injuries or accidents that occur in the farming industry, which sometimes lead to fatal injuries, are overturning tractors or heavy machineries, falls, toxic chemical exposure like pesticides and fertilizer, etc., suffocation, heat stress during summer, limb crush in agricultural machineries, animal-related injuries. As we all know, construction people mostly work in heights. So, they are the most common injuries they face is fall from height. The leading cause of injuries and death for construction workers are, as I mentioned, are falls. Workers are most likely to fall from scaffoldings, ladders and roof as they work in height. According to OSHA, 65% of the construction worker industry work on scaffoldings. So what are the reasons of these injuries? Firstly, not wearing proper PPE or personal protective equipment, not having proper health and safety trainings. These are the top 2 common reasons of workplace injury. Workplace physiological hazards arising from evolving work demand in conjunction with changing economic and social context of work are emerging to threat to physical mental health. Evidences has been amassed suggesting an association between stressor and the risk for work-related injury and MSD. Some safety violations results in non-fatal and fatal injuries are inadequate fall protection, especially workers working at a height, unsafe scaffoldings, inadequate hazard communication standards, unsafe ladders, inadequate respiratory protections, failure to control hazardous energy like lockout or tagout violations, inadequate fall protection training, inadequate machine guidance and unsafe machinery, inadequate face and eye protection. As we can see, all of these things are directly related to PPE and proper training of the health and safety and the machineries to be used at work. Causes of the fatal injuries. Fatal injuries workplace is a really growing concern. The causes are: number one, fall, which is accountable for 33.5% deaths in construction workers. Struck by an object, which is accountable for 11.1% in construction workers again. Electrocution, 8.5%. Caught in between, accountable for 5.5%. Prevention is the key. So, some simple ways for prevention of workplace injuries are being alert while working always, promoting safety awareness and proper education relating to health and safety, being aware of MSDS and MSIS, always using proper PPE while at work, maintaining an orderly workplace and communicating effectively, ensuring everyone is in proper attire, checking safety hazards, clearing clusters, following Kaizen for safety and effective work or continuous improvement, maintaining proper ergonomic posture, as it will help to prevent back stress and other body injuries. If it's possible, it's always good to take micro pauses of 15 to 20 seconds every 15 to 20 minutes while working. Although workplace injuries have become a serious concern, these injuries are not only physical but they also affect a person's mental health, and they can be short or long-lasting impact on a person's family. When a person is injured at work, it is important to report even if the injury is not that significant, as that small report can later prevent some big accidents. If it's seen that that is a safety hazard, then it should be immediately checked and properly maintained and removed from that area. One should always remember, no matter what, safety first. Thank you.